Hello guys, welcome back to channel Reading Enjoy Book 9084. The prowlers are not human beings, he said carelessly. By 2050 earlier, probably our real knowledge of all the speak will have disappeared. The whole literature of the past will have been destroyed. Catcher, Shakespeare, Milton, Byron all exist, only in this big version not merely changed into something different, but actually changed into something contradictory of what they used to be. Even the lecture of the party will change. Even the slogan will change. How could you have a slogan like freedom is silver when the concept of freedom has been abolished? The whole climate of thought will be different. In fact, there will be no thought as we understand it now. Orthodoxy means not sing, not needing to sing. Orthodoxy is non-conscious. On of Tuesday, so wisdom with sudden deep conviction say will be vampirized. He is too intelligent, he sees too clearly and speaks too plainly. He probably does not like such people. One day he will disappear was right in his face. Wisdom had finished his bread and cheese. He returned a little side away in the chair to drink his mug of coffee. On the table on his left, the man with the strident voice was still talking remorselessly. A young woman who was perhaps its secretary and who was sitting with her back to Wisdom was listening to him and seemed to be agree with everything that he said. From time to time, Wisdom caught some such remark as saying, "You are so right. I do so agree with you." A trend useful and rather silly feminine voice, but the other voice never stopped for an instant, even when the girl was speaking wisdom. Now the man by side saw he now knew more about him than that he held some important post in the faction department. There was a man of about 30, was a muscular through and a large mobile mouth. His head was thrown back a little, and because of the angle at which he was sitting, his specular caught the light and present to wisdom. Two blind sides instead of eyes. What was silently horrible was that from the stream of the sound that poured out of his mouth it was almost impossible to distinction a single word. Just ounce wisdom caught perhaps complete and final elimination of good stems. Jerk out very rapidly and as it seems all in unpaid like a life of tie castle. For the rest it was just a noise, a quick, and yet though you could not actually hear what the man was saying, you could not be in any doubt about its general nature. He might be the noising could say and demanding stern and measure against so criminal and subtrue. He might be fumating gonna be at the guise of the Russian army. He might be praising Big Brother. The two heroes on the Melbourne frame made no difference. Whatever it was, you could be certain that wherever of it was poor or toxic poor leisure. As he watched the eyeless face with his jaw moving rapidly up and down. Winston had a curious feeling that this was not a real human being, but some kind of dummy. It was not the man brain that was speaking. It was his brain. The stuff that was coming out of him consisted of words, but it was not a speech in the true sense. It was a noise uttered unconsciously like a quake of the dark. Sim had fallen silent for a moment, and with the handle of his palm was tracing pattern in the pedal of his stool. The voice from the other table quaked rapidly and easily audible in spite of the surrounding din. There is a word in you speak system. I don't know whether you know it. Duck speak. To quack like a duck, it is one of those interesting words that have two contradictory meanings applied to an opener is the abuse applied to someone you agree with. It is a pariah. Unquestionably, Sim will be vaporized with stones from again. He saw it was a kind of sadness. Also, will now that Sim disappears him and sadly dislike him and must fully couple of denosting him as a saw criminal if he saw any reason for doing so. There was something subtly wrong with him. There was something that had lacked distraction. Alphonse sort of seeming stupidly, you could not say that he was unorthodox. He was living in the principle of legislature. He venerated Big Brother. He rejected over victories. He hated heretics, not merely with cynicry, but with a sort of restless realism, and up to deadness of information which the ordinary party member did not approach. Yet a fine air of this repeatedly always on side. He had read too many books. He frequented the Chester, the coffee house of pens and muscles. There no law, not even an unwritten law guide frequenting the just not tree coffee. Yet the place was somehow ill on the old distracting leader of the party had been used to gather there before they were finally forgotten. Goldstein himself, it was said, had sometimes had been sent years and decades ago. Same fate was not difficult to forecast, and yet it was a fact that if they grasped even for 3 seconds and threw off his wisdom secret a patient who would betray him instantly to be town police. So would anybody else for the matter, but say more than most. There was not enough. Autopsy was unconscious. That's enough. Goodbye.